Wilred mentioned obtaining the power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking? Gundobald, Bertliana, God preserve, what happened? I was out foraging when the corpse brigade came. They took me to their hideout, and the whole while they laughed at me. They said that I suffer because I cling on to hope. Is it wrong to dream of home? Is it wrong to call ourselves Alamegans? Do not heed such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong. I swear to you those villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this? Wilred, he saw me outside. He was so angry. I must tend to Bertliana. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones make of this. I fear that they may do something rash. So, the Corpse Brigade is a bunch of bandits here in the area. If you remember that quest I had earlier where, for the warrior quest, where I had to find the people, the proof that Corpse Brigade made that poison and not the gladiator guy, that's who they are. They're just a bunch of bandits. Now I don't know, they might be bandits that used to be Alamegan. I'm not sure, but they're definitely bandits. And if you're wondering, yes, that event right there did very clearly suggest that something really, really heinous happened to that lady. I'm not going to say exactly what, but I'm sure you can figure it out. And also, yes, that was a car that just drove by. It's the one thing in this game that actually breaks my immersion pretty much every time I see it is that car. It's the car from Final Fantasy XV. They had an event for it. It's dumb because there's a motorcycle in the game you can buy, but from Final Fantasy VII, and I have it, but it's still that car just for some reason just breaks my immersion so bad. What those animals did to Bertliana is unforgivable, and to think they looked down on us. Well, I'll suffer this humiliation no more. I'm with Wilred to the bitter end. I'm not afraid of a few lizards. A few lizards, huh? So something to do with the Amalja. Yeah, that car though, man, like some people love it, and that's fine. I don't have the car. I wasn't playing when they did the event. But some people love that car, and it can seat more than one person, so that's a big reason people like it so much. But I gotta tell you, I hate it. But that's just my opinion. If you love it, get it. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me that people have it, I just don't like seeing it, that's all. If this plan succeeds, we'll have the power to lay the Empire low, to change the world for the better. Might be his Gundobald's content to eke out an existence in this musty old cave, but I'll be damned if I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. Now, where in the Seven Hells did I put that bloody map? Ah, Wilred. We meet again. O mighty Ralgar, Lord of Destruction, we implore you, send us your strength and put an end to something. I missed it, I'm sorry. Here to interfere again? Well, you're too late. Our plan is already in motion. Once we have the crystals, our enemies will pay for their crimes, and no one will dare press us ever again. Alright, first off, I didn't interfere last time. You ambushed me. There's a huge difference. Second, I know this looks dumb, but it's just this is the symbol for Ralgar, and this is just like a monument stone kind of a thing. I'm sure they have a nicer one in Alamigo. I don't remember, but an actual Alamigo, not this little Alamigo. Gone? The whole lot of them? And then it is as I feared. They mean to take matters into their own hands. But what exactly is it that they mean to do? Well, I got a knife and a map. What's this? A hunting knife? And a map of Zanrak? Wait, you said Wilred spoke of crystals, did you not? Did he? I don't remember him saying anything about crystals. But they couldn't possibly mean to... By the gods, this is rank madness. The young fools are untrained and unbloodied all. They have no notion of how dangerous the Amalja are. They'll be butchered before they get within 100 yalms of the crystals. They are headed east. If we hurry, we may yet find them before it's too late. Then let's go, go, go! Yeah, this doesn't look like things went well. Wilred, did no others survive? This is all wrong. Getting the crystals was supposed to be the start. We were going to reclaim our homeland. We... Pull yourself together, lad. We were going to make an offering of crystals to Ralgar to summon him, just like the masked man taught us. We plotted to sneak into Zanrak and make off with the lizardman's cash, but they caught us and so many dead. God forgive me. Heathens! You shall pay for your crimes with your souls. I regret our young one's transgressions, but a soul is too high a price for youthful folly. For all their failings, they are the hope of the Alamegan people. This hope I will guard with my life. And also the life of this nice adventurer over here who has been agreeing to help us. I'm also gonna pay with her life too. It just, you know, you got volunteered for this one, Sophie, sorry. Oh, that's the main boss guy, okay. Gotta sneeze so bad right now. Damn. The timing couldn't be better, right? Whoa, hi, what are you guys? Alamegan conscripts. Oh, they're tempered. Oh, that's a shame. Now I gotta beat up a bunch of tempered people. I mean, once they're tempered, they're kind of worthless as humans anyway, but it still feels bad, you know? Like, I don't want to do it. Which then makes me wonder, like, how bad of a person am I that, like, I'm totally okay with beating up a bunch of beastmen, but you make me fight some tempered people, and I'm all like, no, that's sad. Your skill at arms is impressive, adventurer. Our wayward youths could learn much and more from a woman like you. The battle is won, but it would be unwise to linger here. Let us return to Little Alamigo. Wait, we've come all this way. We have to get the crystals. They're right there, right for the picking. Have you learned nothing, Wilred? Did you not see those tempered wretches? Oh, that's why we had to fight tempered. Yeah, that's a good point. Such is the fate of those who are touched by a god. Is that what you desire for yourself and your friends? What? No one said anything about... The masked man told us we could defeat the Empire if we summoned Ralgor. He swore. Enough. I will hear the rest of the story, or rest of this sorry tale back in Alamigo. I dare say Sophie will wish to hear it as well. No more lies, Wilred. Tell us everything. I was outside with the others when he appeared, the masked stranger. He told us about summoning Ralgor, about using crystals, and then just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperately to believe that we could raise ourselves from this squalor that I never stopped to question his motives. But I should have known. There's no solution, nothing we can do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts. Listen to me, Wilred. Our home may be lost to us, but it takes more than stones and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, Alamigo lives on within us all. It is for you to decide what to make of this legacy, but whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget that you owe it to this adventurer, an outsider. I won't, I promise. Thank you for saving me, and sorry I tried to kill you. Yeah, you tried, but you weren't very good at it. My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know that there are kind souls such as you out there. Little Alamigo may not have much in the way of comfort, but you will always be welcome here. Would that we had more information to offer, but what Wilred told you is the extent of our knowledge of the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray that you find and put a swift end to this creature, for the sake of the young ones who died by his poisoned words. I guess that's it. So we go back to Minfilia now and tell her we suck. Sorry, Minfilia, we couldn't find anything. We wasted a bunch of time and effort, but we tried. And trying is half the battle. Welcome back, Sophie. I'm reliably informed the investigation took you to Quarry Mill and Little Alamigo. So tell me, were you able to learn aught of La Habrea? Planted the knowledge of summoning in impressionable young minds, you say. Precisely the kind of deception the Asians would employ. While many of the ills that ail the land can be attributed to the calamity, some are being brought about by a malign will. We must needs delve deeper into this while things remain quiet on the primal front. All work and no play makes Minfilia a dull scion. Did you say something? Nothing, my lady. Mayhap we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation. Lentinels and chestnuts. They're important. You'll see why. Some of these items that you get seem really odd and random, but there's a reason that you get them. While you were tending to business in Thanland, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends the Sylphs. An individual fitting La Habrea's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. This sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the self-same area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up La Habrea's trail once more. Noraxia can furnish you with the details. Pray, speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Sophie. Walking One is to investigate Sinister One? Then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with a Walking One in the Ash Crown Consortium. According to Friendly One, a digging one named Medrod had an encounter with a scary masked one. This masked one is most certainly Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One, Medrod. Digging One is to be found at Fallgord Float in the North Shroud. And this is Fallgord Float. Please, leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. 'Tis only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. Medrod is clearly traumatized. Perhaps if you were to soothe him, he might remain calm for long enough to hold a conversation. Sure, why not? You're right, it's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true, but that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It was just another ordinary day. I was heading back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman, one glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instance, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her soul from this realm. What? You're investigating the same masked man? In that case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Aye, anything to ensure that we don't have to suffer Medrod's hysteria ever again. All right, teamwork, that's what I wanted to... Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? Well, at any rate, I'm all for helping this adventurer. It's the least I can do to repay her for comforting me. So, here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. That's kind of gruesome. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as Ziz can inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing a finger at them. I somehow doubt that the answer is that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths? Sure. Alright, so the float is actually a pretty cool place, but I also get incredibly lost here. So I will say this is one problem that Final Fantasy has had since the very beginning, which is that they make some amazing looking enemies, but they also kind of do the recolor thing a lot, which, to be fair, Final Fantasy does that. Like, that's always been the case in the Final Fantasy game, is that they recolor their enemies. And to be fair, it is kind of an MMO thing where they do recolor enemies a lot. So none of that's unfair, you know what I mean? Like, totally fair. And every expansion, they do come out with a lot more new enemies. So it's not as if it's terrible, it's just... it's not great. Like the scorpion thing, that's the boss that we fought in the Totorak, right? And now it's just an enemy out here in the wild. And bombs, we've seen those before. Like, all this stuff is just stuff we've seen before already. I don't know. Every game has that. I mean, like, how many different wolves are there in, you know, World of Warcraft, or boars or whatever? Like, that's a normal thing, to be fair. It's just... I just brought it up because I'm sure you guys were looking at that and going like, you fought those giant chicken things before. You would be right. I have. I fought those giant chicken things a lot. You've already seen to the Ziz. Good work, adventurer. So, were you able to find aught to suggest that the creatures are our culprit? Nothing. Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it would look like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziz from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball.